Weather is here and motorcyclists are on the road, and with several deadly state line crashes in a short amount of time, law enforcement tells WIFR reporter Alyssa Kelly how to keep both drivers and bikers safe.
Data from the Illinois Department of Transportation shows the number of motorcyclists killed increased by 15.9% from 2022 to 2023. And law enforcement says most of the accidents are avoidable. A crash on May 10th that killed a 19-year-old motorcyclist near Marengo. And another taking the life of 40-year-old Corey Carter in McChesney Park. Motorcycle riders are trending in the wrong way when it comes to fatal traffic crashes.
Things can happen at any moment, and traffic crashes do happen. You know, I lost my brother 2 years ago, and those mistakes happen.
Detective Lisa Hodges' brother died at the age of 53 from a motorcycle accident. She says accidents happen, but sometimes they can be avoided, urging drivers to pay attention while on the road.
I think we all play a role when we're all on the road. I think everybody needs to take some type of initiative for their own driving actions.
Hodges also stresses the importance of using your mirrors during motorcycle season.
Just like when you have to pay attention for emergency vehicles coming, you should be doing the same thing for motorcyclists.
Retired Illinois State Police Lisa Ditzler adds motorists should not be drinking and driving and should remove all distractions like cell phones.
Stay in your lanes of traffic, signal what you're going to do, make sure people are looking at you before you make a move.
But Ditzler adds the riders themselves need to be responsible too while on the road.
To drive safely, wear protective gear, make sure their motorcycles are in safe operating conditions.
The more you pay attention, the more you're even protecting yourself as you go, and you can protect others, and you can save lives.
In the latest IDOT reports, motorcycle fatalities accounted for 13.5% of all fatalities in 2023.
Wow. Thank you, Alyssa. And the month of May is also designated as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, promoting both safe riding and driving practices.